අයිබෝවන් සුබදෑසනක් කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලීය විද්‍යාපීඨයේ අලුත් පරම්පරාව නවක සිසු ඔබ වෙනුවෙන් දියත් කරන නම්නීකරණ වැඩසටහන එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔරියන්ටේෂන් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් හි සිව්වන දිනයේ සමාරම්භයත් සමගයි ඔබ මේ විදිහට එක්කාසු වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් අද දවස ගෙවුණු දවස් කීපය වගේම ඔබට සුවිශේෂ වේවි. ඔබේ දැනුමට බොහෝ දේ එක්කාසු වේවි. ඉතින් මේ වැඩසටහන වෙනුවෙන් අද දිනේදී අපිත් එක්ක එකතු වෙන ඔබව ආදරයෙන් ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව පිළිගන්න ලබනවා. ඉතින් අද දවසේ සුවිශේෂ වෙන්නේ අද දවසේ මුල් භාගයේ වෙන්නේ කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලීය විද්‍යාපීඨයේ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන ඒකක එහෙම නැත්නම් කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් වෙනුවෙන්. ඉතින් ඒ කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් CGU එක ගැන අද මේ මුල් භාගයේ දවසේ මුල් භාගයේදී ඔබට හොඳින් දැන කියා ගන්නට අවකාශය ලැබේවි. අනුජිතා.
Good morning, everyone. As you all know, we have come to the latter part of the orientation program. The remaining sessions will also be really beneficial to you throughout your university life. Today, we are having one of those important sessions. Welcome you all to the orientation program conducted by the Career Guidance Unit.
අද දිනේදී කලින් කීවා වගේම කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් එක ගැනයි අපි කතා කරන්නේ. එතකොට මොකක්ද මේ කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් එක කියන්නේ? ඒකෙන් මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? මොනවද කරන්නේ? ඒ ගැන අපිට හොඳ හැඳින්වීමක් ලබා දෙන්නයි මේ සූදානම. ඉතින් ඒ සමාරම්භය ගන්නට මේ ගෞරවනීය ආරාධනය කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලීය විද්‍යාපීඨයේ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන ඒකකයේ සම අධ්‍යක්ෂ රසායන විද්‍යා දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ මහාචාර්ය චමරි හෙටිආරච්චි මහත්මියනි ඔබතුමියට.
First of all, I would like to invite the co-director of the Career Guidance Unit, Professor Chamari Hettiarachchi, to present the introductory presentation on Career Guidance Unit.
Thank you, and good morning to all of you. And on behalf of the Career Guidance Unit, the Faculty of Science, I warmly welcome all of you, dear students and parents, to today's program as well as for the Faculty of Science. And let me take this opportunity to thank you all for being selected for the best faculty in the best university in Sri Lanka. So I congratulate all of you. And also, I warmly welcome the few members of this Career Guidance Committee with us today here, Dr. Bandhupriya and Dr. Samira Aryavansa, as well as the one of the resource person for today's program. So warmly welcome Dr. Chandana Vijayanama, a director Siam City Cement Lanka. So actually at the later part of the session, he will share with you his experience been working with us for many years. So since actually now it's almost more than 8 years, so he's with us helping in different way to enhance the skills of our students. I think now it's like today the fourth day of this program. So all of you may have already exposed to the different departments and the programs that they conducted in many ways. So today, I'll take this opportunity to introduce you. So what the programs and some degree so that we conduct under Career Guidance Unit. So all of you know that it's today. The world is very competitive. It's not only your educational qualification matters. So when you get into a professional, the career path. So there are many skills that you need to develop along with your educational qualifications. So actually under Career Guidance Unit, the Faculty of Science, so we conduct different programs to enhance your different skills. So let me introduce that. Okay, so I'll take the opportunity to introduce that the background to this unit. So you all know that is that Colombo University is the oldest and one of the largest state university in Sri Lanka. So the career guidance unit is established in 2008 under the Faculty of Science. It's aiming to develop the productive graduates with the multidisciplinary knowledge, the creative thinking and analytical skills with high degree of civic coincidences. So here, this unit, it's conduct as an independent unit under the Dean, the Faculty of Science. So it's run by the two co-directors, myself and Professor Deepthi Wickramasinghe. And we offer 7 programs under this unit for all levels, from level 1 to level 4. And we serve around the 700 science undergraduates in each year. And I like to mention here, so there are around the 35 voluntary staff so that who work under career guidance unit. So even though they have the formal duties like the teaching and the research, so they voluntarily work with us to enhance your skills. Our vision is guiding and providing the required resources to support career and life aspiration of undergraduate under the Faculty of Science. And as I mentioned to you, our mission, the student with the required knowledge and experience to mold and fortify the professional, higher educational, career and life aspiration through well-crafted series of events and the programs. So this unit, there are 2 advisors to the unit. I think you all of may know this Professor Kotagama, the Professor Emeritus, the Sarath Kotagama, and the Senior Professor Preeti Udagama. Actually, she is the founder director of this unit. And myself and Professor Deepthi Wickramasinghe serves as the co-directors for the unit. So we have a committee, career guidance committee. So that committee consists with these members. Actually, all these members, they are the the chairpersons or co-chairpersons of each programs that we serve under the unit. So I'll introduce them then and there. So actually, under this, we conduct the lectures and discussions and workshops and training and the capacity building and some career advisors program. As I mentioned to you, so we offered the 7 programs as well as then we coordinate one honors degree program. The first year, so we offered 2 courses, the EASY 1015, it's Career and Personal Development 1, and EASY 1016, Career Planning. And in level 2 or second year, so we serves EASY 2015, it's the actually some update, developed the program of this EASY 1015, it is Career and Personal Development 2, and EASY 2020, it is Entrepreneurship, Enterprises and Innovation. In third year, so or level 3, we offer the 3 courses, and it is EASY 3015, that is the 3rd level of this Career and Personal Development program, so that we initiate and started at level 1. And also, so we offer this FS 3001 and 3002. So I would like to mention here, so I think even yesterday afternoon, so you got some idea about these enhancement courses, so which offers under the Faculty of Science. So these EC courses, it's enhancement courses. So under the career guidance unit, so we not only offer its enhancement courses, so we offer some academic courses as well. This FS 3001, the internship training, and FS 3002, the service learning, so those 2 are the academic courses, that you can earn some academic credits if you follow these courses. And level 4, so we coordinate an honors degree program with science and management. So there, so we actually offer the 2 courses, FS 4014, it's industrial training, and FS 1015, so there is a mistake, research project. So now let me introduce you the each and every course, the coordinator or the chairpersons. EC 1015, it's Career and Personal Development 1, so it's coordinated by Dr. Hiran Jayavira and Professor Chandrika Nanayakara. I think you have already, all these academics, you already, you were introduced like in under the each departments. Dr. Hiran Jayavira from the physics department and Professor Chandrika Nanayakara, she is the head of this plant science department. And then EC 1016, the career planning program. So it is coordinated by the Professor Inoka Pereira from Zoology and Environmental Science Department and Dr. Darshani Bandhupriya from Plant Science Department, and also today she is with us. And then second year, so EC 2015, it's coordinated by Dr. Vindhya Kulasena. So she is also attached to the Department of Zoology and Environmental Science. And then level 2, EC 2020, it is that the innovation and enterprises and enterprises innovation course, so that is coordinated by Dr. Dilushan Jayasundara from the physics department and Dr. Devamini Halvatura from Zoology and Environmental Science department. And also the Dr. Dilushan Jayasundara will talk to you during the today's program about that the course in little bit detail. And then level 3, the EC 3015, it's Career and Personal Development 3. So it is coordinated by Dr. Samira Aryavansa, again from the Plant Sciences Department. So we have Dr. Samira Aryavansa with us today. And Dr. Iroja Caldeira, she is also from the Department of Plant Sciences. And then FS 3001, so it is that the internship program, so it's coordinated by myself. And FS 3002, Professor Deepthi Vikramasinghe serves as the advisor for the course, and it is again the coordinated by Dr. Devamini Halvatura and Dr. Samira Aryavansa. And then let me introduce you this career-related the learning pyramid. So you can see the pyramid. So from the top, so that it's the level 1. So that the courses that we have developed under career guidance unit to enhance that that's a discovery level. So that you enter the university as the undergraduate. So in the first year, so those courses, it's just to give you or to form you in the discovery form. And the level 2 courses, that it is being structured to master you. And the level 3 courses, that is for professionalism. So it means that some of you will exit from level 3 to the corporate sector. And then, so the level 3 courses that we have structured in the way to professionalize you, so before like graduation, before your graduation. And yeah, so then again, this first year courses, it's in little bit detail. So I'll not take much time to go through all these because then we have already published a book, the guidebook in under career guidance unit. So all these details, it's available in this book. So when you are physically in the university, so you can come and collect the book from the career guidance unit. So in this 1015 career and personal development, So it's actually introduced about the concept of this personal development, the managing emotions, and how to achieve the autonomy and the independence, and to develop the mature interpersonal relationship, and to establish identity, and to develop the purpose through the workshops and other related activities. So most of these skills will be developed via the conducting some workshop and some activities. You don't need that kind of these theory courses. So it's very interesting. So these are some pictures that we captured so during the previous years, so while we were conducting those workshops. And EC1016, again, the career planning. So there you will get chance to explore and access the career values, because then now only, so you may have some dreams to achieve some kind of place, or you may have some dream. So that dream you can fulfill, and we support you through this course. So there then you will get some like exposure to explore and access some kind of career values to achieve your goal, and also to develop some occupational and the skills, and also to identify the work environment preferences, and to motivate in specialization and the career explosion. And the second year courses, so as I mentioned to you, EASY 2015 and 2020. In this career and personal development too, so whoever has already followed the level 1 course, so that you can gather the more about those during this course. It's the same course in level 2, but so the whatever that you gathered or grasp during your level 1, so you can mold more in following this course. So it's build up the concepts of this EASY 1015. It further enhances aspect of personal development outline in the 1015 course through again the workshop and some related activities. So again, so you can see, so these are some pictures that we captured during those conducting those courses in previous years. And EC 2020, this entrepreneurship, enterprises and innovation. So this course actually, and so we introduced to enhance, like if you have some kind of this entrepreneurship skills, you may have some, so that you can further develop the following this course that we support again by conducting some workshop, and we actually we take some the experts in the field, and so they like they deliver some lectures, and by following those that you can enhance your entrepreneurship and enterprises and innovation skills. So it's designed to train the undergraduates to develop the skills, the knowledge and understanding to initiate the business, they manage their career, and they make good decisions. Actually, this is one of the most popular course right now. And also then we have formed a innovation club under this course, and about that, so you will be able to listen later after this presentation, so you can listen to that. In third year, so I have already introduced these 3 courses, the EC 3015, FS 3001 and FS 3002. And EC 3015, it's again to develop the transition skill to cope with the changing the world of work, because there are certain students that who graduate in level 3, but some most of the students, they actually they graduate in 4th year, because you have already got some exposure to all the departments, so you know. So we conduct lot of special degree programs and honors degree programs. The I think the 75% of students that, so they get into level 4. But whoever it's graduate in level 3, so this is a kind of a very good course to enhance their, enhance their the skills to cope up with the corporate world. And again, so these are some pictures so that we captured. And FS 3001, the internship training. So here then, the question is that this learning happen only in the classroom. Actually, it's not really, okay? So they, you can explore the world outside. We have experienced the certain students that who are not performing well in their academic programs, they performed very well in this internship training program. So, and under this, so we place the students in the different private sector as well as the state, the public sector companies and some departments. So if you, the way they perform, the most of the students, so they already secured their employment. So this is again a very popular course. And so there then they can explore the world outside, and they can get trained under the giants in the public and the corporate sector. So there in the employment sector, so you will get a chance to enhance the management and the administration skills. So not only that, this finance, business, the marketing, sales, insurance, that we place the students, so whatever the area so that they require, so we get the placement, and so they can conduct their internship program. So there are the many government as well as semi-government partners with us, the Faculty of Science Career Guidance Unit. So you can see this, the Bank of Ceylon, Sri Lanka Insurance, Sri Lankan Airlines, and the Ministry of Education, the Milco, and the Telecom, Ministry of Health, and also the Central Bank. And so there are many private sector partners, so always help us, that MAS, so what? MAS, the Union Assurance, HSBC, and also the commercial bank. So actually they help us throughout in a different way. The Brandix, DSI, the Virtuta, the Sampath Bank, and Unilever. And so FS 3002, the service learning, so I'm not going to talk much about. So our my colleague, Professor Deepthi Wickramasinghe, will talk to you, so after my presentation, about these programs in little detail. So I'll just skip that. And yeah, so I'll skip that part. So I think she will talk to you in detail. There are the many things that we have done under the internship program. So I think there are the lot of, you can see then the lot of activities that we have conducted. So under this internship, the service learning programs. So I'll keep that part for her. And also I'm happy to mention that the performance under this internship, the service learning program, so we won an international award. So I give that chance to talk to Professor Deepthi about that. And yes, so and here I'll explain to you this. I mentioned to you at the very beginning. So we coordinate one honors degree program under Career Guidance Unit. It is the Science and Management. So here because the students that it's not only the science as a subject, so we are try to give them the management exposure. The science and management blend together so that it mold students for the corporate world, the better than, I suppose, the better than only with science. So under this program, under this degree program, so we offer the 30 places for the students in Faculty of Science. And here, so actually under the career guidance unit, so we offer the 4 courses. In level 3, it is level 3, it's MS 3011, so it is the Business Economics 1. And the level 4, we offer this the Business Economics 2, it is the MS 4009. And also we coordinate these 2 program. It's industrial training, so that is the 6 credits, and MS 4015, it is industrial research project, so that is the 6 credit. So here then actually I think you may not have much idea about this the GPA and all, even though you heard the many times during this orientation program. So you can see here it's like it mentioned like 6 credits. So this MS 4015 industrial training, so it is the non-GPA 6 credit. So you get the credit, but we don't use that to calculate your GPA. And industrial research project, so it is 6 academic credits. And yeah, so here then not only that, under career guidance unit, the Faculty of Science, so we offer the many other services. So the Gravel Club of the Faculty of Science, so they work very cooperatively with us, and we have already conducted many programs collaboratively. I think about these clubs that you can listen tomorrow detail. And also then we have this counseling service that is to help students. Actually, if you have any kind of problem, the personal problem, it can be a personal problem, or like the problem related to your academic programs or anything. So we can help you under this counseling service. So you can reach to us, or either you can email us or you can call us. And so actually this facility is available in the Faculty of Science. It's Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 3. So with high confidentiality. So you don't need to worry about whatever you are going to talk with us. And this Entrepreneurship and Innovation Club, again, the Dr. Dilushan Jayasundara will talk to you. So I will not take much time on that. And so this career guidance unit, I think Faculty of Science, that is the actually the one of the best career guidance unit. So actually you can talk to even to the other universities, because sometimes I know that those universities that they come and take our guidance and to develop their career guidance unit. So all the work, good work that we have done, so it's published in many ways. So here you can see some paper articles on the career guidance unit, and as well as some work that we have conducted under service learning. It is published in different kind of the journal and different conferences and all. And so you can also take this opportunity, like in level 3, so you also can follow this service learning program. And so there then about the program, the Professor Deepthi will talk to you. So whatever the work that you conduct under the program, so you can also publish and get some publications. And we have some annual events that it's collaboratively conduct with this Rotaract Club. It's Future Challenge. And also then each year, so we conduct this a program to inspire all the students by inviting these corporate sector people to motivate the students. That motivation is very important along with your academic programs. So which we call it Inspira. So we have conducted it as an annual event for now. It's 2 consecutive years, and we are planning to continue the same program. Yeah, so here then we have official website, so you can just reach us via the website, and the website also give you all the informations about this career guidance unit, all the courses that we conducted, and so the partners that with us, and all the collaborative work that we have conducted and all. And so if you want, so you can write to us via our email. It's cgu@science@cmba.ac.lk, and you can visit our website. So we always try to make a difference. So thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, madam. Before we are moving with our further proceedings, I would like to make a small message for you. There will be a question and answering session at the end of this program. So if you have any questions, you can put those questions to the Google form, which is in the YouTube description section. Thank you. Sachira.
ඔව් අංජුතා මතක් කරා වගේම කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලීය විද්‍යාපීඨ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන ඒකකය එහෙම නැත්නම් කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් එක ගැන ඔබට යම්කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒ වගේම එමගින් පිරිනමන පාඨමාලාවන් පිළිබඳ ඔබට යම්කිසි ගැටලුවක් තියෙනවා නම් හෝ වෙන යම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් එක සම්බන්ධයෙන් තියෙනවා නම් ඔබට ඔබේ ප්‍රශ්නය යොමු කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ YouTube සජීවී විකාශයේ description කොටසේ මේ ඔබට ඔබේ ප්‍රශ්නය සඳහන් කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒ තියෙන Google form එකට. එතනින් ඔබේ ප්‍රශ්නවලට කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් එක හරහා පිළිතුරු ලබා දෙන්න අපි සූදානම් වෙනවා. ඉතින් මීළඟට අපිට කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් එක ගැන තවත් දැනගන්න බොහෝ දේ තියෙනවා. ඔබට දැනගන්න බොහෝ දේ තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒකට මේ ආරාධනා කරනවා, ගෞරවනීයව ආරාධනය කරනවා කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලීය විද්‍යාපීඨ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන ඒකකයේ සම අධ්‍යක්ෂ කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලීය සත්ව විද්‍යා හා පරිසර විද්‍යා දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ ප්‍රධානී මහාචාර්ය දීප්ති වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්මියනි ඔබතුමියට.
Now I would like to invite the co-director of the Career Guidance Unit, Faculty of Science, and the head of the Department of Zoology and Environmental Science, Professor Deepthi Vikramasinghe, to express her thoughts in this occasion.
Good morning to you, dear students, and welcome. I'm very delighted to welcome you to learn a little more about the Career Guidance Unit of the Faculty of Science. As you may now be aware, there are two career guidance, or maybe three career guidance units of the University of Colombo, the central unit, and the unit for the career guidance unit for the management faculty and the arts faculty. But this is a separate one, specially established to enhance the soft skills and employability of our science students or the budding scientists. Even we know that most of our students could be scientists. There are students who would like to go to other sectors and explore the world, including the private sector, the NGOs, government sector, or you could be an entrepreneur. So, from the very first year of your life in the Faculty of Science, we are helping you to develop soft skills and the other sets of skills required to go beyond this Faculty of Science and explore the world and establish your livelihood. As Professor Chamari very correctly mentioned, we are here to help you and please get the maximum benefit out of this very resourceful unit, because we have more than 40 academic members volunteering in this unit as mentors, and we have a wide network of corporate sector and government sector partners here to help you. I'm going to talk a few words about the service learning unit. I'm very happy to say we have one of the pillars of our strength to establish the service learning unit of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Chandana Vijayanama. In 2012, Dr. Chandana Vijayanama, together with Professor Preeti Udagama and Professor Manjula Vitanapathirana, two academics from the University of Colombo, actually Preeti Madam is from my department, they had this very crazy idea of establishing something, a program for our students to work with the community. But the salient feature of this program, it is not just working for the community, but where does the money come from? So then Dr. Chandana came out with the proposal, okay, we'll tap the resources of the private sector, because they have, under the corporate social responsibility projects, they have money. So this is actually a triple helix project where the student of the Faculty of Science, the corporate sector partners and community work together. Actually what our students do is, if we find a problem in the society, with the financial help from our corporate sector partners and the scientific touch of the mentors in the Faculty of Science, students do a project for 6 months, that is in their final semester, outside the Faculty of Science. When we compare this to internship, under internship only one individual student there's a program for one company or a working place. But here a group of students, maybe 6 to 7 students usually, work together, go out of this faculty premises to work in an organization or in a society to help the society to solve one of their problems. So this is known as FS 3002, which is offered in the final semester and which carries 8 academic credits. For each of these projects, there is an academic coordinator and a coordinator from the private sector partner. So we have been doing many projects since 2012. As you may see, these are some of our very happy students who traveled this journey with us. So you may see now some corporate sector partners, including the leading banks and other organizations. So I will give some insights, some information on some success stories. This is a story of Sihina Nivasa or Dream House, which was done in 2013. This was funded by Sri Lanka Telecom. So this student group, the happy student group, you may see here on this screen, built a house for an employee, for a very poor family in Nuwara, in Kandy, just spending 8.5 lakhs, that is 8.5 lakhs. You can't just imagine how they did it with 8.5 lakhs, 2-bedroom, complete house. You may see the house here, you can see it. So these are the wonders we have done in this service learning program. Now this program, again since 2012, we have been working with a banking giant, the Commercial Bank of Sri Lanka. So our students have been working in the rural school to develop the students' IT, English, maths and other science skills. So the labs have been provided by the Commercial Bank, and students go different districts, even covering North and East as well. I'm very happy to say this program helped us to win 2 international awards. We have focused on health and nutrition by providing some villages with good drinking water and nutrition and health. And we have these students have done health camps for students to educate them on nutrition and good health practices. And we have some projects on youth leadership development and capacity building and innovations. And I'm from the Department of Zoology and Environmental Science. I have a flavor and a special interest in environment conservation. We have conducted a couple of very good environmental conservation projects. If you are from Nugegoda and Talawatgoda area, you may have visited this wetland park in Talawatgoda Wetland Park and Baddagana Wetland Park. Our students did some marvelous projects to enhance the natural architecture and some awareness programs. For these programs, we are very happy to announce that we won 2 international awards. The UNESCO Ben Hui Award for Education and Innovation 2019. So we are the proud recipient of this program in 2019, thanks to our students, mentors, and our corporate sector partners. And the second one, again, 2020 Asia Pacific EEE Awards for the Community Engagement Initiative of the Year. We should be very happy about our students' performance and the link we have with the outside world. So you may see the other 5 winners. We came the second runner-up of this project. So with that note, I'm very happy to invite you in your final year. Please be with us to help the community and get used to get some experience, the real life experience outside this campus premises. Go beyond and experience the difficulties that communities face in Sri Lanka and just help them to solve these problems. We are here to help you. At the same time, what do students get? They get 8 academic credits and they get exposure to the sponsors, the corporate sector. They get exposed to the communities in Sri Lanka because these students travel everywhere. And at the same time, they develop most needed soft skills like team working, time management, communication skills, language skills, and many other soft skills. So we are very happy and very proud to say the Career Guidance Unit of the Faculty of Science have been very successful in their performance. The success is measured not only by the number of students we produce with good results, but with the impact that we have done to the society, to the Sri Lankan community. So this is learning while doing some service to the society. And with that message, I'm going to conclude my short comments. And thank you very much for our staff who are being here today. I would actually would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the volunteer mentors, volunteer academic staff members who are there with us for everything we do in the Career Guidance Unit. We have, as I said earlier, more than 40 academic staff members of the Faculty of Science who are helping voluntarily in this unit. Actually, not like any other department, we do 100% volunteer work here. It's fun and it's rewarding. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Now it's time to watch a small video clip about the experience with Career Guidance Unit.
The commercial bank started its collaboration with the Service Learning Unit of Colombo University in 2012. From that point onwards, we have been working with the science faculty's third year students up to now, enabling them to get involved in various community projects as a part of their third year curricula. So because of this, we were able to serve deserving school children, especially in underprivileged schools scattered throughout the country. So it was a yeoman service rendered by the bank as well as by the Colombo University. We started the SIPNANA website, which enabled the school children to gain knowledge about science, maths and other science stream subjects. In addition to that, we were able to train the school children and direct them towards vocational training, especially people who are unable to earn high marks at O levels as well as in A levels, who found it difficult to gain the entrance to the university. So with the help of the science faculty service learning unit, we were able to do a very dedicated and committed service to the underprivileged school children of the country. So I express my deep gratitude to the service learning unit for inviting the commercial bank to take part in this worthy program. Thank you.
My experience with the Career Guidance Unit, University of Colombo Science Faculty goes back to for about a decade. And I first got involved as a guest lecturer representing the industry. Then I supported the CGU to develop and run an assessment center for the students, where the students could compare the required competencies for their careers in future and their own. Eventually, I was involved in developing a brand new credit program called Service Learning Program, where the students were given the opportunity to pick up the experience and knowledge required from the community for their future job roles. The role of the Career Guidance Unit is very, very important in any university, and I think the role of the Career Guidance Unit of University of Colombo is exemplary in many, many ways. And the academics and the administrators of the Career Guidance Unit demonstrate excellent ability and commitment towards the programs they run. I wish the CGU all the very best.
Hi everyone, I'm Adisha Pereira. I used to be the Sustainability Manager for Nations Trust Bank. About 2 years ago in 2019, I got to know about the University of Colombo Science Faculty's Service Learning Program. It's the first time that I heard of a similar, of such a model in Sri Lanka, and we were quite keen to pursue that option. So we partnered with the university, where we actually had a service learning team, take on a project for the bank. So the first project that we had, the assignment that we worked with the undergraduates was on organizing workshops for our clients on sustainable business. We wanted to promote energy efficiency, business resilience and other such concepts amongst our clients, but we lacked the capacity to organize these on the ground. So the university team's support came in quite handy for us to organize these workshops. I was pleasantly, it was a pleasant experience to work with those undergraduates. They coordinated a lot of the ground logistics, and they liaised with the resource persons and the partners, and executed the workshops quite well. We had 3 workshops in Galle, Negombo and Lipitiya. all of them went well as a result of the team's efforts. Stemming from that positive experience, having worked with the university, we wanted to continue. And again in 2020, we agreed with the university to go for a service learning project. Unfortunately, due to a COVID-19 situation, we couldn't carry out any activities on the ground. But the university did offer an opportunity to conduct online desktop research. And we partnered with the university for a research on agri-value chains because there was a time where after COVID-19, the banking sector was looking to make a proactive engagement in finance and agriculture. So that again, just like how it was before, the engagement from the undergraduates as well as the faculty to support the bank aspiration was quite positive, and we were quite happy with the outcomes. I think this kind of service learning model helps undergraduates to get exposure to corporate environments, at the same time apply their learnings on real world cases, and it also helps to build a better relationship between the corporate sector and the university. So this is quite a very good model, and I think it's something that needs to be scaled up to other universities also in Sri Lanka. And I want to congratulate the university for the impressive track record that the service learning team project has set for the university. And I hope, even though I'm not at Nations Trust anymore, I've joined another band, but I hope to still continue with the support from the university and organize more service learning projects. So again, all the best to the university and the undergraduates. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
There are so many courses that I followed under CGU in the first and second years of my university life, such as information skill development, career planning, and career and personal development.
Hi guys, this is regarding the projects that are conducted by the Career Guidance Unit of University of Colombo. So I took part in one of the projects last year as a final year student. So the experience was a little bit different due to the COVID-19 pandemic situation. The physical meetings were a little bit restricted, but somehow we managed to make it to a success with the help and the proper guidance of Career Guidance Unit. So I can encourage you all to participate in these projects and take the maximum out of it, which will add more value to your degree.
Hi guys, as a university student, I am very grateful for the career guidance provided to us by the Career Guidance Unit in addition to the academic side. Thank you.
We had the opportunity to gain some knowledge about the different categories of social life and different experiences related to the people, how they engage in life, and some hardships faced by the disabled people. So our main intention was to bring these people to the front line. So it was a different kind of project.
Our project was the introduction of smart classroom for the enhancement of digitalized education system in government school. While we were completing this under guidelines of Career Guidance Unit, we were able to improve many skills like leadership qualities, team management, time management, and report writing skill, and many more. The experience that we got in the orientation program is a life experience that we cannot gain again. We must appreciate the friendly and supportive staff for giving such as an encouragement to complete our work.
Hi all, I'm Buddhini Hettiarachchi, followed 4-year general degree in Science and Management. Currently, I'm an intern at Brandix Fast Fashion Verisera as a product development merchandiser. Now I'm in the later part of my internship period. Hopefully, I got the chance to be retained there as a permanent employee and will be upgraded to the level of executive once I completed with the intern period. So I can guarantee that this internship period, this 6 months, will be the golden era. As a student, you get to know yourself very well, your real strengths, potential, also the weaknesses. You will have the chance to convert your weaknesses to strength for a long journey in your career path. Career Guidance Unit is always there for your help with all the facilities. I'm grateful to the Career Guidance Unit for the support they given me in my way so far and where I am today. And most importantly, you need to develop your soft skills. Although you are well educated, soft skills and the attitude will play a major role in this demanded competitive world. So try to develop a unique personality. Hope all you will do well, and cheers to you all for your careers. Thank you.
After 7 academic semesters, I got the opportunity to start off with an internship training program at Sri Lanka Customs, where I could apply the knowledge and skills I gathered through academics. In the internship training program, I could gain new skills such as networking and professional communication. I could learn a lot about my strengths and weaknesses and get help from professionals to groom myself. As a result, I feel more confident now. The Career Guidance Unit has been guiding and directing me throughout the program. As a result of the internship training program, I could gain the valuable working experience, which is extremely important in finding a good job.
Hello, I'm Chamit and I follow FS 3001 course. By doing an internship, we will be able to get the industrial exposure and see how the things that we learn from university can be applied to real world problems. So this will be a great chance to improve ourselves in various fields, such as to improve your language skills and how to manage pressure, and to improve your critical and analytical thinking, like so. The internship program offered by Career Guidance Unit is not just a internship that you need to go and that work for a company, but you need to do a project for the company at the same time as well. So this is really good, because you can improve ourselves enormously by doing this project. And Career Guidance Unit will help to find some really good internships in well-reputed companies. This is a great opportunity for this as the students.
කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ විද්‍යාපීඨ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන ඒකකය ඒ හරහා ලැබූ අත්දැකීම් තමයි ඔවුන් මේ විදිහට වචන කළේ. කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන ඒකකයේ විශේෂ වැඩසටහන් කීපයක්ම පවත්වනවා. ඒ අතරින් සේවා ඉගෙනුම් වැඩසටහන එහෙම නැත්නම් සර්විස් ලර්නින් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක ඉතා වැදගත් අංශයක්. ඉතින් ඒ හරහා ලබන අත්දැකීම් සුවිශේෂයි. ඒ අත්දැකීම් හරහා ලැබපු පන්නරය කවදාවත් ඒකට සම කරන්න පුළුවන් දෙයක් සමහර විට කෙනෙකුට නොතියෙන්නට පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මේ ආරාධනය ඒ අත්දැකීම් ගැන කතා කරන්නට කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ආදි විද්‍යාර්ථියෙකු වන හරිත් වීරසිංහ මහත්මයාණනි ඔබට.
Now I would like to invite Mr. Harith Veerasinghe to share his experiences he took from the service learning program.
Oh God. Shall I just start? Okay. So, first of all, hope everyone's doing well. And now, when I was doing my research for this speech, the first, I just looked up what service learning is. And basically, what it said was service learning is a combination of what we know to be formal education and applying it in a service-oriented way. And I mean, you all got a really good explanation of what it is before this whole, early on in this presentation. But for me, that was not the case. Because you see, it was 8 credits in the final year. So in a way, for me, it was an easy way out. There again, I loved what I learned, but somewhere in my second year, I knew that a career working for, let's say, I studied statistics and maths, a career in that trajectory was not for me. So it seemed like an interesting project to do. It seemed fun. So, yeah, I recruited myself to the program, and I thought it was going to be easy, it was going to be fun, and the first day rolled in. You see, I was a very sheltered person. Even when I was in uni, I maybe had 6 friends, didn't really work a lot with a lot of people, and here I was just put into a random group with people I have seen around uni, but I've never really talked. So, still, 8 credits, easy. So I ventured on, and then we got our project. Our project meant I had to travel to Bentota and help teach a bunch of kids life saving. Like basically how to help a person if they're drowning. Now, remember when I said this was an easy credit, I could do this? Well, it was not the case. It was a whole new experience for me because it was a bunch of different people with different backgrounds. Most spoke primarily in Sinhala, which I do speak, but I wasn't that comfortable with. And yeah, somehow for 6 months, I had to work with them. However, moving on a few years down the line, I did my project in 2018, and moving on to 2021, I am actually not the worst at dealing with people. I have learned to really, be able to talk to people, figure out our differences, and really be able to cater to every person I work with. So that was, I feel, the first thing I learned at service learning. People are different, but they're not all out there to get you, and yeah, you can work with them. And now the actual project started. So first we had this period of researching, getting ready, all that, and the actual project started, and then I realized, most of this work is really hard. And we had 5 in a team. Now, again, going back to who I was as a person, I was that kid who did the entire group project alone and just put everyone's names at the end. I had control issues. Now, when we actually started the project, I figured out, I can't do this entire thing alone. There were certain things I couldn't really do. And I had no choice but to learn how to delegate and work with a team. Now, this was one of my first times really delegating and giving away that control I had for a project. And again, that was in 2018. And last year, at work, I had around 20 people working under me for a project. And for the first time, I actually felt relaxed enough to tell people, you do this. And I was able to step aside, stop that whole micromanaging process. And I feel the service learning project was the first time I learned to do that. And in a way, it's been with me for a long time. And honestly, it was because I didn't realize it at the time, but it was in hindsight. And so that's the second thing I learned. First, I learned how to work with a lot of different people. And secondly, I learned to delegate, just give away control, and learn to work with a team and really build that team dynamic. Now, all of these were soft skills. Like, you can argue, you can learn this anywhere, doing any project. But the third thing we really learned was something that really had to do with what I studied. Now, like I said, I studied statistics. I wasn't the best student, let's be honest. But there was one subject I really, really enjoyed, one unit, which was surveys and just how to do it. It was a very interesting process. So, we had to, and at the end of our project, we had to find out how effective it was. And that's something I was really excited about because, okay, fine, finally we are going to do a survey. And it was a real life survey with real life consequences because this was a project that was literally helping to save lives. And our research, but our findings at the end of it were supposed to help make it better. And so we used everything we learned. We figured it out. We made the the survey, the document, the questionnaire, and then we started giving it out to people. Now, there's something we realized later on, because when we were designing the survey, we made a lot of assumptions about people. We assumed they would think this way. We assumed certain things would be what they value. But when we started giving out the first few surveys, and when we started talking to the kids, the parents, everyone involved, we realized that the assumptions we made were very, very wrong. And if we were to go out doing that survey, whatever information we found out was not going to do anyone any good. We had to rethink, pivot, redo the entire survey. Now, that is, I feel, the most important thing that happened to me at uni. Because moving on, after I finished university, I didn't have a career in like statistics and maths. I got into marketing, management, that whole shebang. And right now I'm working on a few projects where I'm really working with the community, trying to find what drives them for marketing purposes. And to this day, each time I do a survey, each time I do research, I always think back to that time where we made horrible assumptions about people and almost did an entirely wrong study. And to this day, even if it's something as small as finding out, I don't know, what kind of soap people like for a project at work, I still think back to that. I talk to people. I don't just come to a survey with a bunch of assumptions. And I felt, for me, that was one of the biggest things I learned. And if I didn't really work with a community, a really different community to where I came from, with a lot of different people, I never would have got that opportunity. Now, I started service learning thinking that it would be an easy credit. It was not, but I felt those 8 credits were totally worth the time and effort I spent on it. The project I worked with was, again, a service-oriented project. It was a CSR campaign from a company, and that project again really ignited this work, this passion for service-oriented work. And again, I did some career swaps over the past few years, and right now I work at a nonprofit that's really geared towards serving the community. And even when I do my freelance work and just my own consultancy, those are things that really impact people. And that whole exposure to, serving the community really opened up a plethora of career opportunities that I didn't know existed, and a passion I didn't know existed. So I'm extremely glad I did that. And if you are someone who likes what you study, who likes maths, but don't want a conventional career trajectory, if you are someone who wants to experiment a little bit with your career, maybe, just try something new, try something different, you have a few years to really think about this, but I seriously urge you, consider service learning, because I might not have thought about it at that point, but looking back, it's an experience that really, really changed my life. So good luck for the next 3-4 years, and hope to see you, doing something great. Thank you.
Now I'm going to give a tiny description about our next speaker. He is the director of Siam City Cement Lanka Limited, who has been a great pillar of support to the career guidance unit. He has been a great guest lecturer, resource person in many ways, and collaborated with the CGU for many service learning projects, covering a wide array of areas from the beginning of the program. He is Dr. Chandana Vijayanama. Sir, now the stage is yours to share your experience you got while working with our students and programs.
ඔහු කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ විද්‍යාපීඨ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන ඒකකයට නැතුවම බැරි චරිතයක්. විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ ඒකකයේ වෘත්තීමය අංශය එහෙම නැත්නම් කෝපරේට් සෙක්ටර් එකේ එතුමන් වෘත්තීමය අංශය වෙනුවෙන් නැතුවම බැරි චරිතයක් වෙන්නේ එතුමන් වසර ගණනාවක අත්දැකීම අපිත් එක්ක බෙදාගත්තා. ඒත් එක්ක සම්පත්දායකයෙක් විදිහට දේශකයෙක් විදිහට එතුමන්ගේ සේවය අපිට මේ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශනයක එහෙම නැත්නම් කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් එක වෙත ලබා දුන්නා. ඉතින් මේ ගෞරවනීය ආරාධනය මේ අවස්ථාවෙත් අපිත් එක්ක රැඳෙන එතුමාට ඔහු සාම් සිටි සිමෙන්ට් ප්‍රයිවට් ලිමිටඩ් ආයතනයේ ආචාර්ය චන්දන විජයනාම මහත්මයාණනි ඔබතුමන්ටයි මේ ගෞරවනීය ආරාධනය අපේ නවක අපේම නංගිලා මල්ලාව ආමන්ත්‍රණය කරන්නට.
Good morning and welcome to the session. First of all, I like to congratulate all of you, all the students who are taking part in this orientation program, because you have got something really great. You have got into one of the best universities in Sri Lanka and the best faculty, science faculty. So I think I really like to congratulate all of you with that. So where will you be in 2025? That's a question I think that I like to put in your mind, not only for today, but maybe going forward until you pass out from this institution. Now, maybe to build a bit of a case why you should think about it, I thought I will share with you some facts. On one side, if you look at the economic demographic data, I think you will agree with me, Sri Lanka is, the population is on a shrinking trajectory. In 2019, our growth rate was 0.6%. So age population is rising and the younger population is diminishing. So in a setup like that, we have a huge challenge as a country to progress for the economic development. We have to find alternative ways of development because the development may not come from the population growth. Usually in any country, development is fueled by population growth as well. But we have to use or choose a different trajectory now, a different method. It can happen through productivity improvement. So for the productivity improvement, you need skill development. Or it can be also through improving the participation of the female population. At the moment, it's a bit strange. In Sri Lanka, we have only about 35% of the females who are in the working age limits are really working in formal sectors. Maybe they are working in informal sectors, but in formal sector only 35%. But if you look at the enrollment rates in universities, mostly you get female students enrolling into universities. So there's a bit of a mismatch. I think in future, I hope this will get corrected. Of course, immigration is another way, foreign direct investment. You know, you work abroad and send money home. That could also help Sri Lanka. But that has been challenged a bit now over the last year or so with COVID and all that. It's not very easy. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you are quite privileged because you are about, if you look at the age bracket of 15 to 64 years, only 4% of the population is with the tertiary education. So you're one of that 4% in Sri Lanka. Of course, Sri Lanka is quite low in this regard. In comparison, Malaysia 15% and Korea 40% of the population in this bracket are with a university degree. So you have an opportunity. So what do you do with that opportunity? Where would you work? In Sri Lanka, about 55% of our people or graduates are working in the service sector, and 27% in industries, and BOI with tax subsidies about 10%, and only 7 to 8% in agriculture field. So I think you can orientate yourself to seek employment in which area. What is the probability? You know, if you are to find a job or an employment, which area would be with the higher probability? Something to think about. Now, if you look at graduate participation rate in government and private sector, the right-hand side is representing the government sector jobs, and you can see most of the government sector jobs for graduates have been in the teaching professionals area or business and administration area. Rest of the areas are very, very low in government sector, but most of the other areas of graduates can be found in private sector. So very likely most of you will end up, especially doing a science degree, would end up in the private sector if you look at the spectrum of opportunities available. Now we have also a consideration, or we have to consider what would the future hold, what would be the future jobs be like. The picture tells it all. It's all about technology, and reaching to you today via technology as well. So I think it's very, very important for us to be very savvy with the technology. It can be the disruptive technologies, it can be the AI. So with that, I think we need to be very, very savvy, and being in the science faculty, I think that's a natural acquaintance for you. I'm also going to tell you a very important, to show a very important slide about how to improve employability. Right, so there's a concept called graduate capital. The graduate capital tells you the probability that you will have to get secure employment, and more capital you have as a graduate, you have a better chance of being employed. Now that is linked, or that graduate capital stems from several other capitals. 5 capitals. Tomlinson in 2017 introduced this model, and you'll be amazed to see, I think, when you look at the factors that helps employability of graduates. One thing we all know is human capital. Human capital is the education, you know, and the qualifications. That is the human capital. But there are other 4 areas we don't really think too much about. One is the social capital. The previous speaker spoke about how service learning helped him to get into the society and connect with the society. So that will definitely help employability. Social capital is about your savviness with the different tiers in the society. And cultural capital, to be able to understand different cultures, to be able to relate to people from different backgrounds. That's the cultural capital. And psychological capital is the fourth one. That's about the resilience. Never say die attitude, right? And that is very, very important, because increasingly the businesses are facing a lot of challenges, and they need people, they need managers with the ability to drive forward despite of whatever the challenge that come on their way. And the other one, the last capital in this model is identity capital. Identity capital is about you, brand, me, right? So whether you'd be able to project a good impression about yourself in front of others, whether you can actually sell yourself to your employer. So that's also something that you have to think about. Now, if you want to look at this, I'm sure by the last semester, a lot of people will be very, very interested about all these things, because now they are about to leave the university and they would like to find employment. But that may be a bit too late, because there are many years that you can use, especially when you join a university like University of Colombo. There are many resources that at your disposal you can use to improve this area. The social capital, the societies that you have within the university, you can actually get into and use them to improve your social capital. The cultural capital, you are living in a city where so many different cultures are present. So be savvy with that. Psychological capital. These times are very, very, I think, opportune for this, because we are living in a very, very tough time with COVID and other pressures, economic pressures in the country. So if you can somehow overcome, build that resilience to overcome that, it will definitely help you finding employability. And also invest time on developing your personality and your brand as an individual. I think that would definitely help you finding that employability. Now, the next slide tells you about several career competencies. Now, sometime back, we all talked about analytical, collaborative, team-oriented, with influencing ability, social savviness, all these factors. But there are certain new competencies that you need to think about. One is self-awareness. Do you know about yourself well enough? Adapt and learn. Can you adapt to new situations, unplanned situations? Decision making. How fast can you make the decisions? Can you manage distractions? And can you manage your energy? So, how do you get to know about yourself? I recommend you to go to www.16personalities.com and take a survey. It will tell you a little bit about yourself. Whether, I think, mostly nothing that you don't know, but it will reassure what sort of a personality you have. And based on the personality you have, you can also think about a suitable career for you. So later, when you have time, go to 16 Personalities. It's free, and it's a very good survey to understand yourself. Adapt and learn. When you move from one role to another, for example, this is a real life example. The person on the left-hand side was a technician, and then he moved and progressed in life, career, to become a manager. So when that happened, he faced with a lot of difficulties. Some of them are about managing people. So, but if you are able to adapt to the new situation, reach out to somebody, some coach or mentor, and get some advice. and learn new things, then you can navigate through these challenges. I talked about decision making earlier. Increasingly, the speed of decisions is becoming important. On the left hand side bottom, you can see, based on the complexity of the job, how much of a difference a low productivity person and a high productivity person would bring to any business. Now, in a low complex business, for example, let's say you are packing something, some product into a packing material and putting it on the counter. That's a simple job. And the lowest productive person and the highest productive person, when you compare, the ratio is 1:3. The highest maximum productivity of the highest productive person would be 3 times more. Medium level complex job, 1:12. And if it is a very high complex job, your value can be infinite, meaning limitless, right? So you need to think about how can you make faster decisions. That's a separate topic itself, but I would invite you to think of understanding the mechanism of making faster decisions. Because that's going to help your careers in future. I talked about managing distractions. I think this picture tells it all, and we are all distracted these days, don't we? So how do we distinguish ourselves who are going to be more focused versus a person who's not focused, always distracted? The mobile phone, for example, is a distraction regardless of the generation, I think, for everybody. But it can be a friend of yours, it can be a helper to us if we manage it properly. So that's why there are now apps like Screen Time and Forest. There are apps that would help you to manage the distraction, because the difference between the person who's progressing in education and the person who's not also depends on how much of focus time you would have. So that's the advice. Find a way to control something that is very, very difficult for us to control. And manage personal energy. So it's not about any more time management, because you can't really have a very productive work when you are really, really drained out, right? So it's all about managing your energy. So most difficult tasks you need to think of doing at a time where you have more energy, and more repetitive and the task that doesn't really need so much of focus, you can do when you have less energy. So talking about that, I think it's very important to think about the hygiene and health and the mental well-being especially. The rate of getting stressed is very high even among the students due to various reasons. Mobile phone can be one, but due to various reasons. So I think we need to know how we can be energized. There are very bad food habits, especially in university days. We think we have limitless health, and we tend to consume anything, and then also maybe sometimes consume more than required, or get less exercise. So I think it's very, very important for us to think about a balanced approach where you do exercise some part of the day, at least allocate some time in a day for exercising and looking at healthy dietary habits. So again, where would you be by 2025? I think it's a thing that you need to think right now. get to know an industry, several industries maybe, and pick the one that you think you would love being in for longer time, right? So that can't happen spontaneously in the last semester of your student life. Think about it now. And once you have picked several, get to know the organization and see whether you would like that organization, the culture of the organization, the people, and different roles that are there in that organization. You know, go and maybe meet people from that organization and see whether it's something that you like to be doing as a job, right? So I think that's something I can advise you to do. Of course, service learning, I have spent a lot of volunteer time on that. I think very, very willingly. It has been a great privilege for me to be part of the University of Colombo Science Faculty Career Guidance Unit. The academics there, starting from Senior Professor Udugama to Professor Hettiarachchi, Professor Wickramasinghe, and the other academics, they have been extremely dedicated in the whole efforts they put outside working hours sometimes for the benefit and the future of the students. Really, really appreciate that. And for you, dear students, I wish you all the very best for a very, very bright future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are really grateful for the time you took, you dedicated from your busy schedule. Okay, next we are going to show you a descriptive video on Entrepreneurship and Innovation Club. And there is a small announcement too. If you have any questions regarding this EI club, you have to send them now, because we are going to have a special immediate Q&A session after playing this video. Sachira?
ඔව් අංජුතා කියෝ වගේම entrepreneurship එහෙම නැත්නම් ව්‍යවසායකත්වය ඒ වගේම innovation නවෝත්පාදන මේ හැම එකක්ම දිරිගන්වන්න කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ විද්‍යාපීඨයේ හඳුන්වා දුන්නු අලුතෙන්ම හඳුන්වා දුන්නු සංවිධානයක් සංගමයක් තමයි මේ entrepreneurship and innovation club කියන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ හරහා ලොකු අත්දැකීම් සම්භාරයක් ඉදිරියේදී ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් වෘත්තීය අධ්‍යාපනයට වෘත්තීය ජීවිතයට පිවිසෙන්න ව්‍යවසායකත්වය සහ නවෝත්පාදන තුලින්. ඉතින් ඒ ගැන පුංචි වීඩියෝ එකක් නරඹන්නයි අප සූදානම්. ඊට කලින් පුංචි මතක් කිරීමක් කරනවා. ඔබට මේ ක්ලබ් එක ගැන මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් කලින් සඳහන් කරපු YouTube සජීවී විකාශය තුල තියෙන description part එකේ තියෙන Google පෝරමය හරහා ඔබේ ප්‍රශ්න අපිට යොමු කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ප්‍රශ්න වලට පිළිතුරු දෙන්න අපි සූදානම්. ඉතින් නරඹන්න මේ entrepreneurship and innovative club එක ගැන අලුතෙන්ම දේවල් දැනගන්න ඔබට ලැබෙන අවස්ථාව.
ඔබ දන්නවාද බිලියන 7ක් වන ලෝක ජනගහනයෙන් මිලියන 400ක් ව්‍යවසායකින් බව.
Is your personality and creativity far beyond the 9-to-5 lifestyle?
புதிய விஷயங்களை கற்றுக்கொள்வது விரும்புகிறீர்களா? உங்கள் கருத்துக்கள் பைத்தியமாக தெரிகிறதா?
Do you want to create something with a deeper meaning?
සහ ගොඩක් වැදගත් වෙන්නේ මේ ලෝකය වඩාත් යහපත් ස්ථානයක් කරන්න ඔබට අවශ්‍යද?
Then
මේ අවස්ථාව ඔබගේ.
இந்த வாய்ப்பு உங்களுக்கானது.
This chance is for you.
Hello guys, welcome to the University of Colombo. I'm Dr. Dilushan Jayasundara. I'm a member of the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Club of University of Colombo. It's a student organization run by the students, for the students, to promote innovation and entrepreneurship among the student community. We have members coming from the first years to the final years. Our main idea is to give a platform for students to interact, for students of all disciplines to interact and to bring about innovative ideas and how you can convert those innovative ideas to a business, and also how some of these ideas can be commercialized. So we encourage you to interact with your colleagues from all disciplines to bring out your innovative ideas, bring it out to us, and we will help you to form a viable, commercializable idea, a solution out of it. And also we have 7 departments. We have expertise in these departments. Your academic staff, they have their own research areas, they have their own expert areas. We want you to interact with them, go talk to them about your ideas, get their help, see the feasibility of it, and see how you can work with them and to bring out your idea to a commercial platform. We want you to use that learning to come up with new ideas, new innovations, and we are waiting to capture those innovations, make them a dream for you, make them viable commercial solutions. So we want you to be part of it from the very beginning. That way you will be contributing to the economy of this country, even as an undergraduate student, even as a first year student. So we are waiting for you at the EI Club of University of Colombo. Thank you very much.
මම අසම් හසන් කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ දෙවන වසරේ විද්‍යාපීඨ ශිෂ්‍යයෙක්. ඇත්තම මට පොඩි කාලේ ඉඳන්ම ලොකු ආසාවක් තිබ්බ මගේම කියලා ව්‍යාපාරයක් පටන් ගන්න. ඒ වගේම හැබැයි මට ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක් තිබ්බේ කොහොමද පටන් ගන්නෙ, කොහොමද ඒක කරගෙන යන්නේ දිගටම කියලා. හැබැයි මම කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයට ආපු ගමන්ම ක්ලබ් එකක් තිබ්බා Entrepreneur and Innovation Club කියලා. මම මුලින්ම ඇත්තම නමට තමයි ක්ලබ් එකට ජොයින් වුනේ. හැබැයි මම ටික කාලෙකින් දැනගත්තා මම හරි ක්ලබ් එකට තමයි ජොයින් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. මොකද බිස්නස් එකක් පටන් ගන්නවා වගේ නෙමෙයි, බිස්නස් එකේ මැද තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා, තව විශාල ගැටලු සම්භාරයක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒත් එක්කම COVID-19 නැත්නම් කොරෝනා පැන්ඩමික් එක පටන් ගත්තා. හැබැයි එහෙම කියලා නැවතුන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ ක්ලබ් එක දිගින් දිගටම එක වැඩමුළු තිබ්බා Zoom තාක්ෂණය ඔස්සේ. ඒකෙන් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට වෙන්නේ කොහොමද බිස්නස් එකක් පටන් ගන්නෙ, නැත්නම් බිස්නස් ඒකට මොටිවේට් කරන එක තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට කරන්නේ. හැබැයි මේ ක්ලබ් එකෙන් ඊට වැඩි දෙයක්. ඒ කොහොමද බිස්නස් එකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් ආවම බිස්නස් එකේ කොහොමද මුහුණ දෙන්නේ, ඒ ප්‍රශ්න වලට කොහොමද හරියට මුහුණ දෙන්නේ වගේම ඒ ප්‍රශ්න වලකාලමින් බිස්නස් එක කොහොමද හරියට පවත්වාගෙන යන්නේ වගේ කරුණු ඉතා විශාල වශයෙන් සාකච්ඡා කරනවා. ඒ වගේම තමයි IT ශාස්ත්‍රයේ ඉන්න ප්‍රවීණයන් සමග වේගා වගේ විශාල ප්‍රමාණයක් වැඩමුළු අපිට පවත්වන්න ලැබුවා. මං හිතන්නේ ඇත්තටම මං හරි තීරණයක් ගත්තා මේ ක්ලබ් එකට සම්බන්ධ වීමෙන්.
Hi, I'm Tilno Patha. I'm the President of Entrepreneurship and Innovation Club, University of Colombo. First of all, please accept my heartiest congratulations. You all should be proud of yourself because now you are in the most prestigious University of Sri Lanka. So let me ask you a question. What is your net worth? ඕගලන්ගේ net worth එක කීයද? නෑ. මං කියන්නේ අම්මගේ තාත්තගෙන් ආපු සල්ලි ගැන නෙමෙයි. ෆැමිලි එකේ දේවල් ගැන නෙමෙයි. මං අහන්නේ ඕගලන් ගැන. අපි දැන් හැමෝම අවුරුදු 20ට වඩා වැඩි. හැබැයි එහෙම නෙට්වර්ක් එකක් කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන් කට්ටිය ගොඩක් අඩුයි. ඒ කියන්නේ එතන ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. අපි ලංකාව ගැන කතා කරමු. ශ්‍රී ලංකාව ඩෙවලොපින් කන්ට්‍රි එකක්. මිනිස්සු හරිම ස්කිල්ෆුල්, හරිම ටැලන්ටඩ්. හැබැයි තාමත් ලංකාව ඩෙවලොපින් කන්ට්‍රි එකක්. අපි ඉපදෙද්දි ඩෙවලොපින් කන්ට්‍රි එකක්. මේ යන විදිහට ගියොත් අපි මැරෙද්දිත් ඩෙවලොපින් කන්ට්‍රි එකක්. ඉතින් ඔතන මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. රයිට්. ලංකාවේ මිනිස්සු රිස්ක් ගන්න හරිම අකමැතියි. ඔන්ටර්ප්‍රෙනර්ෂිප් කියන එකට, බිස්නස් කියන එකට හරිම බයයි. බොහොම පොඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් විතර ඔය දෙයට අත ගහන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒක වෙනස් කරන්න ඕනේ අපි. ඒක වෙනස් කරන්න පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ අපෙන්ම තමයි. අපි අන්ඩර් ග්‍රැජුවේට්ස්ලා විදියට මේක අපිට කරන්න බැරි නම් මේක කාටවත් කරන්න බෑ. මොකද ලංකාවේ ඉන්න හොඳම මයින්ඩ්ස් ටික අන්තිමට එකතු කරලා එවන්නේ යුනිවර්සිටිස් වලට. ඉතින් අපි මේ ක්ලබ් එක පටන් ගත්තේ ඒකට ආරම්භයක් විදියට. අපි හැමෝටම පුළුවන් ඔන්ටර්ප්‍රෙනර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න, ඉනෝවේටර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න. ඕනේ මයින්ඩ්සෙට් එක විතරයි. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලෝ ස්මාර්ට් ඉනෆ් නම් ඕගලන්ට මේ ගැන ලොකු උනන්දුවක් තියෙනවා නම් අපි කැමතියි ඕගලන්ට උදව් කරන්න. මේක ඒ ගැන තියෙන ප්ලැට්ෆෝම් එකක්. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලෝ හැමෝටම මම විශ් කරනවා අපි ඉක්මනටම හම්බෙමු.
නාංගිලා මල්ලිලා මගේ නම පියුමි ෆිසිකල් සයන්ස් සෙකන්ඩ් ඉයර් මම A level ඉවර වෙලා විවිධ විසිතුරු භාණ්ඩ නිෂ්පාදනය කිරීමේ ව්‍යාපාරයක් පටන් ගත්තා. කැම්පස් ආවට පස්සේ ඔයාලා වගේම ඔරියන්ටේෂන් එකේදී EI ක්ලබ් එක ගැන දැනගෙන ක්ලබ් එකට ජොයින් වුණා. ඔයාලට කියන්න ඕනේ මුලදීම මම Facebook එක තමයි මගේ කස්ටමර්ස්ලා හොයාගන්න පාවිච්චි කරේ. ඒ වුණාට ක්ලබ් එකේදී දැනගත්ත කාරණාත් එක්ක මම මේ වෙද්දි ඉට්සි වල මූලික අධීරයේ ඉන්නවා. ඒ බිස්නස් ඩෙවලොප් කරගන්න හැටි, කස්ටමර්ස්ලා හොයාගන්න හැටි, අපේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් සේල් කරන විදිය, ඒ වගේ ගොඩාක් දේවල් ක්ලබ් එකේදී මම දැනගත්තා. සහ ඔයාලටත් දැනගන්න පුළුවන් ඉස්සරහට අපිත් එක්ක ජොයින් වුණා. තමන්ගේ දෙයකින් ඉස්සරහට යන්න කැමති නංගිලා මල්ලිලා ඉන්නවනම් හිතේ අදහසක් විතරක් තියෙනවනම් ඒ වගේ අය ඒකට කැමති අය ජොයින් වෙලා බලන්න අපේ EI ක්ලබ් එකත් එක්ක. ස්තුතියි.
As science undergraduates, it is worthy if we can use our knowledge in innovations and business ideas. But when we are thinking about starting a business, there are all sort of questions that we face. There are a lot of problems that we face. So EI Club was a great chance for me to learn how to start and how to run a successful business, because in the EI Club we discuss all sort of things which are regarded with our businesses. So I got to learn about many things, and also I met very successful and very knowledgeable people in the field. Therefore, I invite all of you to join with EI Club in your undergraduate years.
எனது பெயர் முகமது இஜாத். நான் கொழும்பு பல்கலைக்கழகத்தின் விஞ்ஞான பீடத்தில் 2ஆம் வருட மாணவராக இருக்கிறேன். எனது வாழ்க்கையில் நான் எடுத்த மிகவும் சிறந்த, மிகவும் தேவையுள்ள ஒரு முடிவாக கொழும்பு பல்கலைக்கழகத்துக்கு வந்து அதில் கண்டுபிடிப்பு மற்றும் தொழில் முனைவோர் சங்கத்துடன் சேர்ந்தது என் வாழ்வில் நான் பெற்ற மிக இலட்சியமாகும். அந்த சங்கத்துடன் சேர்ந்து இந்த போது எனக்கு கிடைத்த அனுபவங்கள் மற்றும் எனக்கு கிடைத்த ஆற்றல்கள் மிகவும் பெரிதானது. கொரோனா சமயத்தில் மட்டுமல்லாமல் அனைத்து தடைகளையும் முன்னிட்டு இந்த சங்கம் எங்கள் வாழ்க்கையில் ஒரு மிகவும் பெரிதான மாற்றங்கள் ஏற்படுத்தினது. இது எனது வாழ்க்கையில் எடுத்த மிக சிறந்த ஒரு முடிவாகும் என்று நான் நினைக்கிறேன்.
if you wish to join this entrepreneurship and innovation club, you just have to scan these QR codes.
මේ තිරේ දිස්වන QR කෝඩ් එක ස්කෑන් කරලා ඔබට පුළුවන් Google ෆෝම් එක සහ WhatsApp හරහා මේ ක්ලබ් එකට EI ක්ලබ් එක වෙත ඔබේ සමාජිකත්වය ලබා ගන්න ඔබට අවකාශය ලැබෙනවා මේ QR කෝඩ් එක ස්කෑන් කරලා ඒක ඔබට මතක් කරනවා.
Now we are going to play a video sent by Mr. Ashen Vadasinghe, who is the wealth planner for AIA for 10 years, pre-employment training facilitator for university students since 2017, teacher and consultant of communication strategies for corporates. Sachira?
ඔව්. කොහොමද මේ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගයට පිවිසෙන්නේ? කොහොමද මේ අත්දැකීම් ලබන්නේ? ඒකට උපදේශනයක් අපිට අවශ්‍යයි. ඉතින් ඒකට හොඳම අවස්ථාවයි මේ. ඒ සඳහා අපිට අභිප්‍රේරණාත්මක වීඩියෝ පටයක් නරඹන්නට අවස්ථාව තියෙනවා. ඒ සිද්ධ කරන්නේ වසර 10ක AIA ආයතනයේ සම්පත් සැලසුම්කරුවෙකු විදිහට අත්දැකීම් ලැබලා ඒ වගේම ගුරුවරයෙක් උපදේශකවරයෙක් වශයෙන් කටයුතු කරලා පරිණත දැනුමක් තියෙන අශේන් වඩසිංහ මහත්මයාණන්. එතුමන් විසින් දියත් කරන මේ වැඩසටහන මේ වීඩියෝ පටය අපි මෙතෙන් සිට නරඹමු.
A very good morning to everyone who is joining us for this session today, and I want to welcome all of you on a Friday morning, and I want to thank the team behind this entire course for putting the effort to bring this together and for their effort to deliver this kind of a curriculum to you, because after COVID we are in a new world and we need new skills, we need new ways of doing things for us to move forward, simply because life is a little different from where we used to be for many years. Within an year we changed the entire scope of our work, our learning, our studies, everything changed. At one point we never thought that we could have our lectures done online like this, and we didn't know that we were able to participate at a class rather than coming all the way from home at the comfort of our laptop or the phone. Things really changed. Things really drastically changed the way that we see the world. And in a way it's really good, because I think we moved ahead in our lives to a length or a distance that we would take about another 10-15 years to go forward with. So we moved into the future within an year, and just like every cloud has a silver lining, there is so much that we can learn if we are willing to learn from this post-COVID lifestyle. Because right now it's a little competitive. When people are losing their jobs, there are some who are getting new jobs, but those who are getting their new jobs are people who are actually extraordinarily competent. Now, as a scholar, as an intellect, what is your role? But before I get into the subject, I want to ask all of you a question. You might know people who enjoy their job. Now, just think for a while. Who are the ones in your life who actually feel happy about the job they do, or someone who talks so fond of the job they do? I don't know. For me, not a lot of people actually says really good things about their job. Personally, I speak so high about my job because I absolutely love doing my job. But I hear a lot of people around me who's mostly complaining about how bad the boss is, how bad the targets are, how bad the company is, how bad this is. So why are you still here? Why are you still with the same job? Why? Because the money is good. Now, if you take most of us, when we finish our A levels, or at the age of 16, 17, 18 or 19, we want to pursue some sort of a job simply because we want the money into our hand. And when those kind of situations comes across, some of us, we stick to the jobs for the longest time. We start at the age of 20, and you might have seen people who lives in that company up until they retire. That is for about 30-35 years at a stretch. Now, this is the thing, guys. That is that those 30 to 35 years that you're going to spend is the peak of your life. That is the height of your life, because you are young, you are energetic, you are building a family, you are building a future, you are building a life. So the 30 to 35 years in between your retirement and your start is actually where you're growing. So imagine you have to go through that without liking it every day. So that's going to be a tough call, because if you don't enjoy that, what's going to happen is your entire ecosystem is going to collapse, because you are always in a bad mood. Take a lifestyle of a person who goes for a job. They wake up in the morning, they go to the job at 8, 8:30 or 9, and stay in the job for the next several hours and leave to come back home at 5. So you see that their life is mostly spent on that job. And during that time, if you are not enjoying that, that is going to reflect on how you treat your family, how you treat your friends, how you raise your children. So your job can define a lot about how your life is going to be, and whether you want to be happy or not, that's a decision you have to make. If you are a person who is looking for a fulfilling career, I think the session today might add some value to you, because I wanted to bring this subject out so that someone like you will make the right decision, will make the more feasible decision, which is a decision for the long term. Because when you start a career, when you get into a career, if you are progressing at it, you should be able to enjoy it as well. Just because you hit the targets, if you don't enjoy, that's going to make you feel regretful. So my task today is to give you few insights, not a lot, a very few insights as to how you can select a profession or a career that could help you to do a little better from the start itself, because small progressions will eventually cause you a lot of development and a lot of success. It just takes a very small decision. So let's spend some time and find out what we can do to find the right profession for ourselves. But first thing is first. I want to say we all are proud Sri Lankans, but we have to understand things are a little different with perspectives. But if we say most of us are proud Sri Lankans, we have to understand why this is. You go back in time to the scriptures, to the manuscripts, and you observe when we are fascinated by the pyramids of Egypt. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a nation that built Sigiriya. We are a nation who built Polonnaruwa, who built Anuradhapura. Now, if you go to the ruins of these locations and you just observe how magnificent our work has been, as a nation, we are intellects. As a nation, we are a knowledge hub. So you have to keep in mind, whatever that you do, whatever that you go forward with in doing, good or bad, it will reflect upon the country. If you do good, definitely it will do good for the country. And if you do bad, we experience it quite a lot, isn't it? We experience how certain people take it for granted, but my dear friends, your role as university students of Sri Lanka is to make sure that this country has a way forward, and the best place to start is finding the right career for you. So before we go forward with the career, I want to bring out something that is Mahinda Thero said. Thaman labu divi pevate kotasak rata samaya vete පුද නොකළොත් නුඹෙන් පුතේ මෙලොවට කිසි පළක් නැතේ. So keeping that in mind, let's go forward and see how we can find a good and a fulfilling career for ourselves so that we can do the best of the potential that we have. Before we go forward, I want to emphasize on few things. We have to understand things are different now. Like I said earlier, post-COVID, our lives have elevated. It has not downgraded, it has not decreased or diminished, but what we have to look at is how it has developed, how it has progressed, how it has elevated. So for you to go forward with this new environment, you have to understand you're a budding tree, you're a seed. Right now you're at a point where you're going to grow exponentially if you do the right things. So for you to do the right things, there are three main ingredients. Now if you go to your kitchen, you will have all the spices in the world. You will have the pepper, you will have the chilies, you will have the rosemaries, you will have the cumin, you will have all the tasty spices that you can find. But when you are making a specific recipe or when you're making a specific curry, you pick and choose the right spices so that your dish or the curry will turn out to be really good. Now, for you to do that, you need 3 sets. And these 3 sets are vitally important for you to go forward. And if you are looking at developing, or if you are looking at sharpening those areas, under these 3 sets, you will be able to find specific executions, specific things that you can do to be better. So namely, the mindset. Let me take this pointer. Mainly the mindset, which is very important. Then the skill set, and then the knowledge set. The mindset, we have heard that the mind is everything. The mind prevails body. Mind is the creator. Mind is your destiny. Mind is this and mind is that. We have heard a lot. So I'm actually a strong believer of all those things that is related to the mind. I want to emphasize and I want to discuss today about how we have to see beyond the circumstances, because I'll give you a very simple example. During COVID, if the entire world stopped and the entire world looked at COVID and just stayed without looking elsewhere and looking beyond the circumstances, we still will be under a lockdown. But through good leadership, through proper direction, through a good mindset, as a nation, as a world, as a global community, we were able to overcome and prevail those circumstances. Then the second one is the skill set. The main skills you should possess in dealing with impactful stakeholders. Now, if you go for a job interview, if your interviewer asks a question that you have no answer to give, what will you do? Are you going to shy away, or are you going to say, very sorry, I don't know? Or are you going to change the way you deal with that problem? Are you going to be the person who will say, that's one of the best questions I have heard, and this is the first time I have heard this question. I want to find the answer for myself as well, because I think you deserve an answer for it. So maybe when we meet next, why don't I give you the answer? Now imagine, if you are able to tell something like that, that is effective communication skills. Now, that is something that you should have. Thirdly, knowledge. Now, knowledge is everywhere. As of now, we are at an information overload because knowledge is available abundantly, and you can find knowledge free. You can find knowledge on anything with just a click of a button. You are able to get all the knowledge in the world. So with these three sets, the mindset and the skill set and the knowledge set, how are you going to go forward? For what are you going to look at the mindset? For what are you going to look at the skill set? For what are you going to get the knowledge set? So that is what we are going to discuss in the next several slides. But before we go forward, I want you all to take a screenshot of this particular slide. I hope it's done. Now, this is something that most of us don't know about. Our personality type. Now, if I ask you what is your personality type, you might not even know about it. You might not even know that you have a personality type. But the thing is, we all have a personality type. I won't go into detail about this, but I'm a practitioner of this particular personality type. Simply because when you know your strengths and your weaknesses, those strengths and weaknesses that you don't want to admit, sometimes you might be a creative person, but you don't want to accept the fact that you are a creative person. Why? When you were going to school, when you were the person who was drawing, people used to say, "Chitra andala salli hambu karanna puluwanda." Right? So you entirely cut off that creative side to you. When you were a poet, when you were able to write beautiful stanzas or write beautiful poems, someone would have asked you, "Ha, kavi liyalada jeewath wenna?" Then, once again, that creative part has been taken away from you. But it doesn't mean, even though you have taken it away, it doesn't mean it's dead. It's there with you. It is there because that is the gift that the nature has given you. It's not dead, it's just dormant. So when you do this kind of a personality test, you will be able to understand what kind of a personality, a hidden personality that you have. Now, imagine you are a person who wants to talk, who loves to talk, who likes to deal with people. For such a person, imagine pursuing a career in accounting. Will you enjoy it? Will you find it fascinating? Think of the opposite. A person who is highly analytical, a person who is always looking at the numbers, always looking at the frequencies. For such a person, if they are supposed to deal with an extrovert situation or do an extrovert job, they might actually not enjoy it. But if you know your personality, through that personality understanding, you are able to find suitable jobs. Are you a salesperson or are you a teacher? Are you a leader or are you a entrepreneur? Whatever it is, you have to be able to understand your personality type, and you are not able to do it alone, right? You're not able to do it alone. You definitely can do it alone, but it will just take you a little bit extra time. But this website can easily guide you through to find your personality type in a most effective way. So first, do this personality test and understand your personality. After you get the result, go on Google and search for more examples of this personality type that you get. Is it INFSJ? Whatever that is, you search on Google and see suitable careers, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and how to develop. So all these things, depending on your personality type, invest some time to understand more about your personality. Afterwards, when you find your personality type, afterwards, let's take it a little step forward. Now, this is for you to understand what kind of a career suits you. Now, we first understood our personality type. Now, we are moving forward with understanding a suitable career for us. So, this is not the only way. There are enough and more other ways that I would want to share maybe in the future. There are enough and more other ways for us to find the most suitable career for us. But for you to start off, these two steps, find your personality type and then find the ideal and the suitable career for you. Later on, when you have a better idea, you will be able to find more suitable jobs within the country. And when you find suitable jobs, apply to those jobs rather than applying to every job that you find. Because if you find yourself in every job opportunity, you might actually end up having a job that you might not enjoy. So your role is to find the right job for you. Like I said earlier, your job will define the most part of your life. And if you are not enjoying your job, you're not going to enjoy your time with your family, your friends. Your entire ecosystem will face a huge downturn because your job is going to kill you if you don't like it. Maybe it's paying you good money. Maybe it's not actually stressful, but if you're not enjoying it, that's a problem. So do these two activities and try your best to find what job suits you the most. All right. So let's go forward. Now, I spoke about 3 sets. First being the mindset. Now, under each set of elements, I will be speaking the top three focus areas. When it comes to the mindset, you have to understand what you think is what you become. If you are thinking in negative terms, you will become negative. If you are thinking in positive terms, you will become positive. So it's like an empty land. If you are a farmer and if you have an empty land, you get 2 options to plant. One, let's say you get the chance to plant a mango tree, and another maybe a poisonous tree, maybe like nightshade, we never know, right? Some sort of a poisonous seed that you get the chance to plant a very fruitful seed. Whatever you plant, the soil will help it to grow. Whether you plant fruit or whether you plant poison, the ground, the soil will give the nutrients for it to grow. So your mind is like the soil. If you give positive deeds, it will give you positive fruits. If you give negative deeds, it will give you negative fruits. Now, this is a big important decision to make. We all have instances where we feel down. I mean, I feel down, we all feel down. But how are we going to overcome that situation? Are we going to be someone who is going to get sunk in that negativity and vacuum everyone and everything around us into that negativity? Or are we going to be the one who is going to immediately, the moment we see that is something is bothering us, something is affecting us negatively, are we going to take charge and create a positive situation out of it? So that leads us to the second element, crisis and opportunity. Now, this is a proverb called Weiji, and in the language of Japanese, it says crisis is opportunity. So when they write crisis, when they write opportunity, it is spelled the same way. What they say is through the crisis, we are able to find an opportunity. When Hiroshima and Nagasaki was bombed, did it stop that nation? It's the most obvious example that can be given. Through the crisis, we can always look at an opportunity. Same with what happened during COVID. When COVID hit, some people just crashed down, some industries crashed down, some companies crashed down. But some companies, just after they crashed down, they try to get back up, because through the crisis, they seeked for the opportunity. And when you have a mindset that strong, you should also have something to pull you forward, because our vision or our memories can pull us in whatever the way that we put them. If you are looking at the vision, it will pull you forward. If you are looking at the memories, it will pull you backwards. So what are you focusing on? Have a very strong vision to pull you to the future. Even if crisis happen, it will pull you to the future. Even if negativity happens, it will pull you to the future. So this is the importance of having a strong mindset and having a habit of nurturing and fostering the mindset at every point possible. Because, my children, you have to understand, your mind is like water. It can take shape of anything. Water is, like Bruce Lee said, when you put water to a glass, it becomes the glass. When you put water to a bowl, it becomes the bowl, right? Similarly, our mind is like water. If you put it to negativity, it becomes negative. When you put it to positivity, it becomes positive. So you have to have a strong mindset to go forward, not only after COVID, but years into the future. So when you are pursuing a career, just keep in mind, you don't need to have passion to your profession all the time, but you should have a passion to succeed. So like I said earlier, having a vision can help you to succeed, because it can pull you forward. But always remember, even in the best job or even in your most favorite job, you might find instances where things are not actually working out. So as a mindful person, as an intellect, you should be able to find the right way, because the knowledge that we have is to help you to move forward and become more effective as a person, to help yourself grow and the ones around you and the country and everyone that surrounds you to grow. So you should be a beacon of hope. You should be someone who leads the way. So when you're going through that hustle, not every day is going to be nice. Not every day is going to be really great. Most days will be really tough, because the tougher it gets, the better you get, because you learn through challenges, and when you learn, you grow. All right, so let's move into the second set, the skill set. Now, like I said earlier, I keep on saying it, the future is here. We have come forward with about a decade or 15 years ahead of time, and the future is actually here. Everything is falling into place, and slowly we are becoming more affluent with technology, with societal situations, social relationships. We are actually changing the way we connect with people, right? We are supposed to wear a face mask and walk on the road, but have you seen there's a different part to our brain where we are able to identify people by noticing the more oblivious things, more the things that we didn't pay attention to, maybe from a dress, maybe from a body shape, maybe from a haircut. When half of the face is closed, we are still able to identify people. So even our brains are evolving at a very rapid speed. So the future is here. Now, how are we going to tackle this? What are we going to do with this? Because the future is here. Are you there at the future? So that is a question you have to answer yourself. Because when you're finding a career, find a career that can go forward. Go on Google, do your research and find out what are the emerging careers that are actually revolutionizing the world. The medical industry had a big change to the face of it, and when did we ever thought that Zoom will be this kind of a big hit? Microsoft Teams will be this kind of a big hit. When did we ever think of such a thing? But just by a small instance, within 1 year, an entire scope changed. So you have to understand what are the skills you need, depending on what kind of a job you are going to look at. So that is why personality test and the career test, and see what career suits you, and for that career, what are the skills that I require, the futuristic skills. One of the most timeless skills that you require is communication. So communication is a vast area to discuss. Do your research, because you are your case study. You are your case study, and I'm just giving you direction. I'm just giving you the direction to go, but you are the person who has to go. Search on Google and do your research and find the future skills that you should possess to excel in that career that you found a little while ago. Critical and creative thinking. Just imagine when the entire world stopped due to a pandemic. How did we have electricity? How did we get water? How did we soon get the food to our hands? Because somewhere, someone in the equation thought creatively during a critical situation. If you try to think adversely, if you try to think critically in a critical situation, sometimes you will be another person in the fire. But if you try to think creatively in a critical situation, now that is where you will prevail. That is why COVID has not defeated us, but we are able to defeat COVID. Critical and creative thinking during critical times is vital. So search on that also. Like I said, I'm giving you direction. You are the one to take course. As we go forward, we have to understand everything is becoming fast. Fast food, fast fashion, fast travel, fast communication, 5G, everything is becoming fast. But where is humanity moving? The human element. Where are we moving forward with that? A bigger skill than many other things is the skill of having empathy. Empathy is a major deal, because some people, when they are continuing to work from home with less human interactions, they forget how to be human. So your role, as you're developing, as you're growing forward, your role is to learn how to be empathetic, how to listen to a person's worry, how to support a happy moment of a person, how to understand a person's pain. How do you do this? So these three skills will definitely put you forward, because these skills are able to define who you are. These skills can be unique to you. How you look at a person's pain might be different from another person looking at the same pain. When someone is telling, it's not a big deal, just because they broke up, it's not a big deal. But if you are an empathetic person, you will understand that person is going through an emotional trauma. How are you going to support that person to overcome that emotional situation? Now, these are skills that people don't talk about. We are talking about career development. We are talking about career progression, finding the right career. But these skills are not spoken of. We talk about the qualification that you should get, and we are talking about how much you should demand for the salary, but we don't talk about how you should be empathetic and be a team player. So these things are for you to learn. You start now, and by the time you get your first job, you will be ahead of time, because a lot of people don't know this, but fortunately you do, and your role is to learn more. Arthur C. Clarke is one of my favorite authors of all time, and he is a role model that I have in my life, because it's because of Arthur C. Clarke that I was fascinated by astronomy. And I read his first, my first read of Arthur C. Clarke was Rama, which is a phenomenal book. And he says it the best. He says the only way for you to see the limits of the possibilities is to go beyond the limits. What are the limits that you have? What kind of a limitation that you have for yourself? How limited do you think you are as a person? We all have limits. Most of those limits are not imposed by us, but these limits are imposed by the people that surrounds us. Maybe our religions, maybe our cultures, we never know, but there are limits that are blocking us from doing the extraordinary. So how do you do the extraordinary? Is by going beyond the limits. So that's a word for thought. And think for a while, because we all have our unique ways of life, our unique skills. Are you making the best use of it? If you go to an interview and if you say this is the degree that you have, this is the qualification that you have, no one cares, because when you are graduating, your entire batch is graduating. When you're obtaining your professional qualification, everyone else in the batch is getting that qualification. But what makes you special? That is where you have to understand, self-realize. Because if you don't know yourself, how are you going to find a job that suits you? How are you going to be a skillful person in the profession that you do? So understand yourself. And a part of understanding yourself is going beyond the limits that you have in your life. Our last set, the knowledge set, which I feel is very important, just like the first two sets. The knowledge set is vital, because that is where you understand your environment. That is where you understand your perspectives. That is where you get your perspectives. So under the knowledge set, the first element is have knowledge about your environment. Where do you live? Not where you live physically, not only that, but where do you live? Who are your most influential people? Whom do you go to get advice? Whom do you speak when you have a problem? Whom do you share your happiness with? Whom do you discuss the challenges? So this is your environment. If you look at your environment, and if you are able to tell the people that are supporting you, the sources that are supporting you, you are able to understand more about your life, because the ones who are surrounding you is actually defining your life, and those are the sources of knowledge. If you are asking a person who hates marriage about being a wife or a husband, they will give you a wrong idea about it. And if you get that knowledge in the wrong way, you will look at life in the wrong tone. Just imagine if you ask someone who hates their job about career advice, they will just simply ruin your potential. So knowledge comes in different forms. So you have to find the right source for your knowledge, because if you find a source but not the right source, it will give you the wrong idea. Can you remember that example? Planting a mango tree and nightshade? Just like that, if someone imparts a wrong idea in you, that can go a long way than you imagine. Second thing, what you eat, not the food, but what you consume. Information comes in different forms. Like I said, information is everywhere. Information is abundant. It is freely available. Most are not fact-checked, but still we consume. When you consume information, you try to impress it in your life. When you learn something, you want to tell it to someone. Just imagine when you get to know about a gossip. Do you want to keep it for yourself? You want to share it with someone. At least you want to send a text to yourself, right? When I get to know about something gossipy, what I do is I don't want to spread it. I just text myself, so I have a lot of messages that is sent to myself by myself, right? So similarly, when you get information, you try to put it out. If you get the wrong information, the wrong perspectives, you might put it out the wrong way, and someone else might take it the wrong way. So your job is to consume the right things, consume the right news. Personally, I don't watch local news or any news at all, because if you read a newspaper in the morning, if you listen to the news in the morning, if you watch the news in the morning, it's poison. Imagine you get dressed, nicely dressed to go to work, and just when you got out of the house, there's a van that goes past by, slams to the puddle of mud, and all over you is the dirty mud, and you still go to work. Will your day be good? Not really, right? So similarly, when you consume bad information, it reflects back on you. So we have to understand we have a role in our life to make sure that we consume the right information. Then the third element of the knowledge set is how you sleep. Now this is interesting. How do you sleep? What we usually do is we just go to the bed. Some of us, we look at Facebook or Instagram just before we sleep, just to make sure that everything is in place. Try not to do that. That's one of the worst things to do before you sleep, right? But my point here is different. When you're not doing anything, what do you think about? When you're going in the bus or when you're traveling, if you don't listen to anything, if you're not listening to any audiobooks or podcast, if you're just going, what is going in your head? When you sleep, do you remember a lot of things? Not really, right? So next time, when you're not doing anything, we call this idling. When you're idling, just pay attention to what is going in your head. What are you thinking about? What are you talking about in your head? Is it good or is it bad? So we have to understand these unconscious conversations, these non-verbal conversations is actually shaping our mind, and that is also the knowledge that we are feeding ourselves. Just imagine someone annoys you, someone tells you something that really angers you, and in your head, if you're thinking of ways to get back at that person without forgiving, you're poisoning yourself, and that poison eventually becomes how you will react to another situation. So that knowledge that you gain from that situation is going to actually be your reflection in the future. So these kind of things makes a huge impact in your life. So that is the third set, the knowledge set. One of my favorite speakers, Jim Rohn, he says, do more than what you are paid for, then you will be paid more than what you do. So this is inevitable. If you are doing a really good job at what you do, you don't need to put a lot of effort to be recognized, because your work will speak for you. So we have come to an end of our session, and I'm really thankful that we were able to meet like this even during the tough times. We have prevailed and we have done our part to go forward with the new developments. So how you can keep in touch with me is you can like the Facebook page. Just go on Facebook and like this page, because I update and upload whatever the relevant things that I feel once like you can benefit from, because I have made it a task for myself to learn new things in whatever the form I can, and then give it to ones like you who are trying to do really good in life. You can connect to me on Instagram as well, whichever the medium that is convenient for you. I want to give whatever I can to you. So this is one way that we can connect, or else you can write to me, drop me an email and ask me what I can help you with. If it is something that I can do for you, I will graciously and most humbly help you out. So I believe that you were able to gain at least a little bit out of this presentation, and I'm sure that you gained a little bit of perspective as to how to find a career, what are the important things when finding a career, and how you can understand what career suits you the most. So with that, I want to thank every one of you who participated attentively, and also I want to thank the entire team of the university for inviting me to share this little information that I had with you. And I wish you all the best for all what you're going to do in the future. Stay in touch and let me know if I can be of any help to you. Thank you.
So now we are going to move on with the questions and answering session. You have sent so many questions to us. We take this as a great opportunity to answer, to solve those questions, and we have our lecturers with us to answer them. So let's go to that session. As the first question they ask, is it compulsory to do a sport if the other easy courses that have chosen sums up to 4 credits? And I will combine it from another question which is related to that question. It asks, how are the credits are calculated? Is there any procedure to collect the number of lessons we attend?
To answer those questions one by one, the first part of the question is whether sports is a compulsory course to do under the enhancement. No, it is not necessary. You can either do sports or you can select from the other courses only. So there are so many courses offered by the Career Guidance Unit and also from the faculty, including the English course. So what is necessary is to complete 4 credits. So within these 4 credits, there could be the English course which is compulsory, and also you can, if you want, you can select sports, and also if you don't want to do any sports, you can select from the other courses. So somehow you have to complete 4 credits under the enhancement courses or EC courses by the end of your 4 academic years or the 3 academic years. And also with respect to the latter part of the question regarding is there a way, mechanism to calculate the attendance, of course we will be looking at your attendance. The attendance will be taken, and the 80% attendance is compulsory for you to sit for the exams under the EC courses. So that is, I think, explain the situation.
Please hold on, madam. We must obtain only 4 credits for the enhancement courses throughout the 4 academic years. Is it correct? They ask. I think it's yes.
Yeah, that is correct. Throughout the 4 years, you have to obtain 4 credits under the enhancement courses. That is correct.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Next question. Is the book which is published by Career Guidance Unit available in the website?
Actually, the book which we have published under the Career Guidance Unit, it is not yet. We have uploaded to the Career Guidance website. So we will do it soon. And also then I invite you all to come and collect it, the hard copy from the Career Guidance Unit. So whenever you are physically in the university.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Is there a Toastmasters club? And again, let me combine it with another one. Is there a club or a society for speakers which teach to talk to an audience?
Yes, we do have the Gavel Club, which is the junior version of the Toastmasters Club, and you will get more information tomorrow when they discuss the societies in the faculty.
Thank you, sir. Next question. Should we do at least one career guidance course in each year or level?
Not necessary. You can either take several career guidance courses in 1 year and finish within 1 or 2 years time, or if you want, you can distribute the career guidance courses in within the 4 years and do it. So there is no such limitation saying that you have to do this many number of courses per year. But throughout the 4 years or your 3-year degree program, you have to complete 4 credits. That is the rule.
Okay, thank you, madam. Can we take level 2 or level 3 career guidance courses without taking the level 1 courses?
Yeah, of course, you can select the career guidance courses to follow at any level. It is not necessary for you to follow the level 1 courses for level 2. So, but then there is one requirement. If you want to do the internship, FS 3001, so you need to follow EC 3015. So that is a prerequisite. Like then you need some credits as a eligibility to follow the FS 3001 course. Otherwise, there is no such requirement that you need to follow the courses, the first level courses for the second level courses.
Thank you, madam. Are we eligible to do the internship although we do a research-oriented special in the future?
Actually not. So the faculty offer the industry-oriented honors degree. So under industry-oriented honors degree, so you have a chance to do the internship. So otherwise, then the research-oriented degree, those are the special degree courses that offer by the each department. There are certain departments when you get this chance to do the special degree. So there is a actually internship, but not in all departments.
Thank you, ma'am. If I choose career and personal development, do I have to complete all the courses in level 1, 2, and 3?
Not necessarily. You can either take the level 1 career and personal development course and then not do the rest. Or you can take the level 2 one. Likewise, you can choose which course you want to do. It is not compulsory to do all the 3 courses.
Thank you, madam. What is the evaluation process of EC courses conducted by CGU? Are they in end semester examination?
The level 1 courses that we have, actually most of the courses that we have the end semester exams, but the certain courses that it is, so we evaluate depending on your 80% attendance is also it's required. But for all the courses that you have a kind of these end semester exams, it can be sometimes either a written paper, or it can be the evaluation, like you are evaluating your presentation skills, especially the internship and the service learning. So you need to do present whatever the work you have done. So you evaluate the presentation skills, as well as that you need to write a research project. But the other courses, if I take this level 1, so that is the most appropriate for you, because now you will be in level 1. So there, then this EC 1015, you have end semester exams. It is a MCQ paper. And so for the EC 1016, so it's like the continuous assessment, as well as that you need to fill a book that you will be given at the very beginning. So you need to fill the book and all the other requirements. So you evaluate that at the end of the semester.
Thank you, madam. Can you tell more about Science and Management Honours Degree Program, eligibility criteria, and any stream of students can apply for this?
Yes, any stream, either biology stream or the physical science stream, the both students that they can apply for the course. eligibility requirement is that you need to obtain the first 2 year GPA 2.5. So that is the only eligibility criteria. So if you secure 2.5 GPA, so you can apply for the Science and Management Industry-Oriented Honours Degree Program. But we take only 30 students. So even though you have 2.5 GPA, depending on the number, as an example, so if that there are 50 students apply, so we take the highest 30 students. So that is the way.
Thank you, madam. Another question. Can we engage in the projects even if we don't learn the courses in the first 2 years? Yes. Can we engage in the projects even if we don't learn the courses in the first 2 years?
I'm not very sure what projects that you all are talking about. Maybe the service learning projects, I think. So that is the project that we are offering in the career guidance from the career guidance unit. So for when for the service learning projects, you can, I think it's offered in the 3rd year. In the level 3, so when you come to the level 3, you can you don't have to do any previous easy courses, but you can select service learning as an easy course and then engage in the project. So that is the way to take these projects as a part of your academic program.
Thank you, ma'am. If we are planning to do a sport, should we definitely be selected to the university team or obtain a higher achievement in order to complete the necessary credit values? If we are planning to do a sport, should we definitely be selected to the university team or obtain a higher achievement in order to complete the necessary credit level?
Not necessary. You don't have to obtain colors or you don't have to be in the university team. But if you have played interfaculty level, that will do for your EC marks or the EC credit. That is enough. So you only have to play the interfaculty matches.
All lecturers, and in that way we are going to conclude our question and answering session. Before we wind up, we have to make another announcement which sent by Dr. Lakmal of the physics department. He will send you some surveys to your official emails, so please make sure to fill those emails as soon as possible. That's the message I want to give you.
අංජිතා සඳහන් කළා වගේම ඔබට ඔබෙන් ප්‍රශ්න එක්ක සර්වේ එකක් කරනවා Faculty of Science University of Colombo. මේ සර්වේ එක ඔයාලගේ විස්තර ටික ඔයාලගෙන් අහන requirements ටික ෆිල් කරන්න ඔයාලට අද දවස් ඇතුලේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අද දවස් ඇතුලේ official email එකට email එකක් හම්බ වෙයි. එහෙම නැත්නම් WhatsApp group සරහා ඔයාලට අවස්ථාව ලැබෙයි ඒ form එක දකින්න. ඒ form එක fill කරලා ඔයාලට ඔයාලගෙන් ඉල්ලලා තියෙන දත්ත ඒ විස්තර ටික ලබා දෙන්න කියලා ඉල්ලීමක් කරනවා. හැමෝටම මේක මතක් කිරීමක් විදිහට කරනවා. ඉතින් අපි මේ විදිහට අද orientation program එකේ 4 වෙනි දවසේ මුල් භාගයේ අවසානයේ තමයි මේ වෙද්දි එක්කාසු වෙලා ඉන්නේ. අංජිතා.
Yeah, I believe this will be one of the greatest opportunities you received in your life, because those inspiring speeches will help you or will support you throughout your university life. So I would like to thank all lecturers and past students in the career guidance unit because they dedicated their valuable time for you all. So that's the end. So let's meet with another orientation program. Till that, stay with First Media.
ඔව්. ඒකේ වගේම career guidance unit කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලීය විද්‍යාපීඨ වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන ඒකකය අද මේ 4 වෙනි දවසේ මුල් භාගයේ ඕන් වෙනුවෙන් වෙන්නුනේ. ඉතින් මේ ඒකකයේ හරහා බොහෝ දේ ඔබට ඔබේ වෘත්තීය ජීවිතයට අලුත් දේ අධ්‍යාපනික ජීවිතයෙන් එහා ගිහිල්ලා වෘත්තීය ජීවිතයට බොහෝ දේ එකතු කරගන්න අවකාශය ඔවුන් ඔබට සලසවා දෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒක විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය තුළට ඔබ නවකින් හැබැයි ඉදිරි අවුරුදු 4 පුරා ඔබටත් ඒ ගැන ඉගෙන ගන්න අවස්ථාව තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඔබට මේ කැරියර් ගයිඩන්ස් යුනිට් එකත් එක්ක එකතු වෙන්න ආරාධනා කරනවා. ඒ වගේම අද මේ වැඩසටහන මෙහෙවන්න දායකත්වය ලබා දුන්නු දේශකවරුන්ට, මහාචාර්යවරුන්ට, ආචාර්යවරුන්ට, ඒ වගේම ආදි විද්‍යාර්ථීන්ට ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. ඉතින් ඉදිරියටත් ඊළඟ භාගයේ අද 4 වෙනි දවසේ ඉදිරි භාගය සහ හෙට දවසේ මේ වැඩසටහන සමගින් එක්කාසු වෙන්නට ඔබට ආයත් ආරාධනා කරමින් කලින් මතක් කරපු නිවේදනත් ඔබට මතක් කරමින් අපි මේ විදිහට මේ මොහොතට සමුගෙන යනවා. ඉතින් මතක් කරනවා රැඳෙන්න ෆොස් මීඩියා සමගින්.